Hello everyone, and welcome to our officially longest series here on the channel.
Yep,
Rosebud
that's
77X.
That's too much. I don't know what to do. There's a whole nother game after this.
Yeah, and it's even longer.
Unless you want me to make a separate playlist for Path of Radiance and then.
But like
Radiant
I said,
Dawn.
we're not gonna jump immediately into Radiant Dawn because that's a huge beast, and we could use a break. Probably my voice.
Yes.
For
poor kid.
one. Yes. Thank you very much. I never imagined that we would be rescued by soldiers of an enemy nation. There was no way we'd cut down innocent priests being forced to fight against their wills.
Even though we did.
And yet, we were not able to save everyone. Peace, my lord. We were expecting to be killed at once, and yet you rescued so many of us.
Father, we bear no ill will toward the Kingdom of Dan itself. We wish only to reclaim the homeland which was unjustly taken from us. That is the reason we fight. We had no desire to invade this land. If nothing else, please believe that.
I beg your pardon. May I have the favor of your name?
Alincia Rydell Crimea. I am the sole survivor of the Crimean royal family.
Oh, you! Let us give thanks that you are alive and well! And please, I beg your understanding as well. There are many Daeans who do not support the king's actions.
I understand. Yep, there probably would have been different dialogue had we saved them all.
Yeah, I think they would have given me a thing. Boo-hoo. Now, it's time to search this place.
My Lord Ike, may I join you?
Sure, why not? Everyone's lending a...
Ike! Ike! Where are you?
Mist? I'm over here.
Ike, this way! Quickly! Rayson's in trouble!
What? Rayson, what is it?
He's been like this from the moment he set foot in this room. He's just staring at the walls.
That's a lot of language.
Whoa.
What is all this?
Every wall has the same pattern on it.
It's not a pattern. It's an ancient language. All chants and spells and magic or scrolls is written thusly. Can you read it, Soren? Some, but not all. Spells are simple, whereas this complex narrative, I think Prince Mason could read it. I bet this is the same language that Leanne was speaking.
Oh, the goobity goop.
Yeah, the goobity goop. It is. It's the Serenus language. Their chants are in all this language, too.
So Rayson is reading what's written on the walls? It appears that way.
Shall we leave him be? There's a lot of writing here. This could take hours.
I think that's a good idea.
Ike, what is it? From what I could gather, I think a person was locked in this room sometime in the past. You don't know who it was, do you? I wasn't able to read enough of the writing, but I found this under the bed. Is this? I think it may have belonged to whoever was imprisoned in this room. I apologize. I took up much of your time. Rayson, you don't look so good. Why don't you rest for a bit? No, I'm fine. It's more important that we talk. About the owner of this feather? Was it in that room? Soren found it. Whose was it? Lillia, my older sister. The writing on the wall is hers.
You have an older sister, too?
Will you tell us about it? She was kidnapped 20 years ago, on the night of the Serenus massacre. I thought that Lillia had been murdered along with my other brothers and sisters. I believed that until today. Who took her? The walls say only that he was a large human, so probably never knew who it was. He thrust a clan treasure at her and demanded that she use her magic to revive the thing sealed inside it. He exhorted her again and again, but to no avail. Lillia refused his request every time because she did not possess that power.
Someone wanted to revive the Dark God?
Shortly after she was brought here, Lillia felt ill and collapsed. I'm not surprised. It was a terrible time. She was imprisoned in that tiny room with no view of the earth or sky.
Oh, that's all. Mist? I'm sorry. I just feel so sad for Lillia. And for Rayson, too.
I beg your pardon. Let me continue. A young Bjork began coming to the room to care for Lillia. She had bluish hair and blue eyes, and her heart was unusually pure for a Bjork. In time, Lillia and she came to be friends and shared a mutual trust. Lillia decided to entrust her hopes to the woman. They shared no common language, so it took some time. But eventually the Bjork woman understood what it was Lillia wanted, which was to take the treasure and the song and flee this temple.
Brother!
Was there anything else written about this Bjork woman? A name, perhaps? Goobity Goop. Translated into our language, it was probably Elena.
I knew it! Mother! It was our mother!
What?
Are you sure?
Her mother's name was Elena. Like me, her hair was blue, as were her eyes. Raisin, the object you referred to as the clan treasure was an aged bronze medallion, wasn't it? How? How did you know that? The medallion became my mother's keepsake. The song, too. My parents both gave their lives to protect it. Ike, you and Mist are Elena's children? Then Laurent's medallion is here? The medallion was stolen. Probably by Dayan. It can't! This is... unbelievable. Can a thing like this be chance? To be honest, I don't fully understand all that's happened, but it all makes sense. It all comes together.
I think she was humming this in the beginning of the cutscene, wasn't she?
The beginning of the game, yeah. Ah, you're awake!
Mist? That's the song but the melody's a little different, isn't it?
It's similar to the song Raisin and Leanne sang in the forest. My mother used to sing it as a lullaby. It is the song of release. The one Lillia entrusted to Elena.
But I wore the medallion and sang that song almost every single night, and nothing ever happened.
The magical effect of the song is awakened by the power of the singer. It can't be unleashed by just anyone. The true song of release can only be sung by a girl named Altina. Lillia wanted your mother to take the melody to Altina and return the medallion to its rightful place in Serenus Forest. The story's becoming clearer and clearer. My father fled Dayan to protect my mother, who was carrying the amulet.
Ike? How did you know?
Volk told me. He told me about my father's past and the amulet, and the Dark God, too.
So, you know everything.
King Ashnar took Lillia, didn't he? That would be the final piece of the puzzle. After all, the man who found my father was the king's henchman.
Ike, are you saying you know who killed Commander Grail? You never said anything about that! We all thought his murderer was unknown! Why didn't you say anything?
I don't know. I never felt like talking about it.
He was a Dayan soldier, wasn't he? Who was it? Who was the man who killed Commander Grail? My love, Ike, tell me!
Who's Gus's lady?
Oh no! Yes, of course.
The Tanya's little upstairs. She's losing it. Up to this point, we've all been fighting for the liberation of Crimea. Even if we now add that stopping the Dark God from being released and punishing Commander Grail's killer, our enemy remains unchanged. King Dayan and the henchmen are the ones we must defeat.
It's mysterious, isn't it? I mean, Raisin said the same thing earlier, but could all of this really be a mere coincidence? The fall of Crimea, Ike's parents, the death of Raisin's sister, the fact that everything leads back to Dayan.
If true, it changes the meaning behind this war. The treatment of Lillia is one thing, but the assassination of the former apostle? The framing and destruction of my nation? If it was all part of Dayan's plan to steal the medallion and the song, then the reason I fight. If that's the decision you've reached, we'll respectfully comply. If we can march quickly and know that someone's protecting our backs, it would be a huge relief. As you wish. May the fortunes of war be with the Crimean army. If you have need of soldiers, send word. We'll move out at top speed. I'll be counting on it.
So we are just leaving the castle untamed, huh?
Well, yeah, that's up to Zelgius. He's got this.
The information gathered at Pelmeni Temple leads Ike ever closer to the hidden truths behind the war. The assassination of Benion's former apostle led to the massacre of Serenus. A Serenus princess was kidnapped. The medallion is stolen. A complex scheme seemed to connect these events, and now those threads have become clearer and clearer. Ashnard's motives are still a mystery, but his silhouette lurks in the shadows of all that happens. Ike returns from the temple and renounces all rights to the rule of Dain. Those rights are then passed through General Zelgius of Benyon to the apostle herself. The Crimean army absorbs another troop from Benyon, and with its might increased marches on the Dain-Crimean border. Its next goal is the Riven Bridge, a massive structure that connects the two countries.
All the way over there.
It's a long trek, yeah. But we're just suddenly there. Nothing happens along the way.
Wow.
That is literally the longest trek in both games that happens without issue.
Yeah.
Until they get to the bridge
even on a
itself.
boat ride, you get attacked.
Yes.
My Lord Ike, may I have a moment?
Of course. What is it?
The soldiers say that tomorrow we'll be able to see the Great Bridge. Once we cross it, we'll be in Crimea.
That's what I've been told.
It feels like I've been away for many years. Crimea is the land where I was born and raised. To feel so removed from it. I feel now at this late juncture that I know almost nothing of my own country. It is an unreal experience.
I know what you mean. I don't have the sense that we're on the brink of being back in Crimea either. I don't even remember this area at all. Maybe it's because I was born in Gallia and raised in the countryside. But countries are joined together like this all over the continent. I'm really in awe of it all.
So am I. For one who knew nothing of life outside the royal villa... Oh, everything is so very big.
Big? Yeah, I guess you're right. When we left Crimea, it was spring. The snows were melting, the days were getting longer, and the weather was mild.
It's been almost a year since we departed. Only a year. But the distance we've traveled to get here has been long and hard. It feels like many years have passed us by.
And that's the same with this playthrough, huh?
So yeah, kinda.
Yeah, it's been about 40 weeks, so almost a year has passed since we started
That's
this
nuts.
playthrough. Yeah.
So accurate.
Yep.
Yet this is the land where I was born and raised. Oh, my dear, sweet Crimea. How is it that you feel so far away?
For me too. Crimea is my homeland. We're almost there. Let's go home.
It is as you say, my Lord Ike. Let's go home.
Ooh. What a romantic setting. Makes it hard to make an appearance. I guess I could just leave you two. Huh? I know that voice.
Hey there, Ike! Looks like we stayed alive long enough to be reunited. Aren't we the lucky ones?
Ranulph!
My Lord Ranulph, how nice to see you again.
My Princess Olyncia, welcome home. I curtsy, but the tail makes it look silly.
What are you so darn chipper about?
Once I heard the news that the Crimean army had taken the Dane capital, I ran all this way to greet you.
How go things in Gallia? You're not engaged in open hostilities with Dain, are you?
Not yet.
What's that supposed to mean?
In light of your army's success, the elders have finally agreed on something. Gallia will lend its full support to Princess Crimea's effort to liberate her homeland. It's a done deal.
Really?
So, is the Gallian army going to...
We're going to establish communications with them and create a united front. That being said, Gallia is here to support you. The Crimean army will always be at the center of the effort. Don't forget that.
King Gallia is being most gracious. That posture will allow Crimea to lay claim to any victories we achieve.
Don't say things like that. I'm shocked that you would understand such subtleties. Who are you, and what have you done with Ike?
I don't believe you have the right to speak to me like that. Kidding. Actually, Soren just lectured me on the same situation when we received reinforcements from Benyon.
Of course. You were tutored by your nervous little staff officer. Now I get it. Has he snapped yet? He seems high-strung.
King Kingus is always thinking of Crimea, isn't he? How can I ever repay him?
Princess, let's win your country back. When that's done, please rebuild the bonds of friendship between our nations. That would be the ultimate way to say thank you, wouldn't it?
Yes, of course.
Hooray, reunion!
Teach everyone the word Lagooz.
Ike, I'd like to report the results of our last battle.
Joe! How was she the MVP?
Subhumans!
It should have been Ash.
Probably just
man.
did the most damage. Who knows? They know us and no one just beyond our capabilities to heal. Everyone performing exceedingly well.
Except those 2 priests.
That is all. Bayleaf, I will excuse myself. Yeah, I don't remember what you get from that, but
Oh well.
you know what?
You don't get it.
Let's get through the info.
I don't know who that is.
So are you in here? Yes. Ike. Ike, sleep. What do you want? Shh. Ike. Oh no! How strange! I was sure he'd come this way. Yoo-hoo! That voice. It's someone from the outside. Isn't it? Commander Ike, where have you gone, handsome? Did you run in here to escape? Look, whenever that woman comes, corners me, it takes forever to get away. I'm hiding here until things simmer down. We begin marching tomorrow morning. This is a waste of valuable time. I'll go chase her away. Wait, Soren! Ike, Ikey-poo, where are you? Amy? Oh, Soren, you. Hi. Oh, why are you out so late? Do you have some business with Ike? Well, yes, I do. I found a special something that I'd like to give to him. Do you know where he is? In a war meeting. If you have something for him, I can hold on to it for you. What should I do? You see, I have this new staff. The staff is very valuable. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable simply handing it over to someone who doesn't understand that. That's a hammer, is it not? Rare staff that can take any item, no matter how battered and worn, and repair it completely. Why, that's right! You're quite knowledgeable, aren't you? If you may continue, I believe that there's only one of these in the world. It's truly priceless. You want to give this Ike? Well, I do want to be helpful. If you truly wish to capture Ike's attention, bringing him salves and whatnot avail you not. What? Really? Oh dear. I was so hoping he would like it. Food, however, would be much more as efficient than the staff. He's partially fond of spicy meats and dishes. Is that so? Cooking is not something that I'm skilled at, but... oh, I've got it. I know the perfect dish. Ah, good. He'll be very pleased. What about the staff? You can keep it as payment for the cooking tip. Take good care of it. Well, she sounded pretty generous. I received something quite nice from you, admirer, Ikey-poo. Thank you so much. Hey, wait a minute. A scam call. The Hammernade, which also
restores an item. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
We can return any of our strong things to full, like
Mamma Mia or die subhuman.
yeah.
Yeah, if you still have some good ones left. I don't know.
Yep. Well,
Air 404.
Air 404. Yep, it can survive. Understood. Proceed as ordered.
Sir, yes, sir.
What's next? Huh? Who's there?
Sir, yes, sir. Hey, it's General Ike the Great. I heard all about you, you know. Well, those guys went and made you a noble.
Shannon?
Good for you, huh? Ha ha. You're in love with a pretty little princess, and you're fighting side by side with your subhuman pals. You're moving up. Oh, look at you. It's big Mr. Ike leading the good life.
They're not subhumans, they're lagoos.
Yeah, whatever. Here's the deal. Now that you're a high-class noble, you can't be running around with a bunch of broke mercenaries. All the other nobles are gonna laugh at you. So give it up. I'll do you a favor and take over.
I don't think so. I'm going to continue as commander of the Grail Mercenaries.
Screw you! You always get everything. Don't you ever want to give up anything? No, not big important Mr. Ike. You've always been like this. You act like you're not interested in something, then you swoop in and steal it away.
Hey, Shannon.
What? What? And watch how you say my name. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Whittle, bye, Ike. Whittle, Ike.
Shannon, what is wrong with you? Are you feeling alright?
What do you care, you snotty whelp? It's not your business. And another thing about the command of the company. If you refuse to give it up, at least change the name. You're not Commander Grail. Just because you're his son, that doesn't give you the right to use his name.
Shannone, are you sure you're alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be fine. Fine. Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh.
It was never about the commandership. It was about my father.
And we'll leave it there with the drunken Shannone.
Shannone is throwing up his guts
Oh my
on the
gosh.
side.
Pull throat.
Yep, that's a good stopping point.
We'll end with a nice little aw. Aw.